Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar and Crystal here for another review of Supergirl. This time it's Red-Faced, and an episode I actually quite enjoy in Season 1 anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's all about anger.
Yeah, I don't know, it's a bit like, not quite like it, but it touches on similar issues to Flash vs. Arrow where it's all about anger, but in a different way than Flash vs. Arrow touched on it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But I enjoy this episode. For Season 1 standards, this was a pretty good episode. I've noticed the pattern continues. This is 4 episodes in a row with no alien whatsoever. No appearance of Astra or anyone like that. Yeah. So, yeah, they're really putting the plot on hold, but I'm sure it'll take over very soon. I think I know when the plot will start to come back. Not at next episode, though. But, okay, well... It's all about anger. Supergirl gets angry at some guy who was about to run over some people. Then she has to go fight a robot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They get angry at her because she somehow broke the robot and it flew away. But how is she supposed to know what to do and not to do? They didn't give her instructions.
Yeah, exactly.
You said fight the robot, so she did. You didn't say, oh, well, but make sure you don't do this thing. Make sure you don't go too strong. Make sure you don't rip its arm off.
Yeah.
But, okay.
As always, Cat has the best advice.
Yes, as always, Cat Grant is so good. Oh, man. That scene, just when you think Cat Grant can't get any better.
Yeah.
She's just the best character.
You don't get angry in the workplace. You find a way to get your anger out. And you find a more permanent solution, like figuring out the cause.
Exactly, the way she doesn't even get mad at Kara. She's just like, no, we're going to fix this. I'm going to teach you a good lesson. I'm going to give great advice. Give some good pointers about how your anger is misguided. Oh, man, Cat Grant's good. And the scene that follows after that with Jamie is also good as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You can tell she really cares about Kara because... She just said a line about how much money her time is worth, and then she's like, all right, let's go, and they end up at a bar just drinking and talking.
Well, exactly. Well, that just proves how much money she makes. But still, Cat Grant's got such a great scene, both at that scene as well as the end scene with her mother. That's a great scene too. Oh, Cat Grant's so good. And like I said, the scene with Kara and James Olsen when they're like practicing, that's a great scene. Oh, because that basically follows on from the Cat Grant scene about anger.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, it gets to the bottom of Kara, and I love characters who I love scenes where people get angry and they really get to the bottom of it. And
I wonder where she got the random car that she uses as a punching bag.
There's cars everywhere. She breaks them all the time. She doesn't like cars. Well, she better get used to them. But I suppose a little side plot that I don't care for is, of course, the whole Lucy Lane drama. That's the side plot I don't care for.
Yeah.
I don't care for her. I don't care for her father. I don't care for the James drama. I don't care for James that much anyway. He's never been a super amazing character, but at least not in this season.
We did have a small side plot where, in the end, we learned a bit more about how Jeremiah Danvers died.
Yes, we did have it because they asked Wynn to help out, and this time we learned that Hank was the last person. Hank was the last person to see him, and he came back and all that stuff. And obviously, they're still teasing us with something going on with him. We'll get into that, I think, very soon. Actually, I don't think they draw it out for too long, which I like. We're teasing us, but it's not something that's going to be. I'll spoil it. It's not something drawn out over the entire season, which I'm glad about.
He really needs to get those red eyes under control. Like, someone could have been looking.
I know, they just have to keep... I get they want to keep reminding us, but it's just weird.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they need to find a better way around that. But all in all, it's a pretty self-contained episode again, but a really good one. But, it does have that cliffhanger, of course, with Kara getting hurt, which obviously shows that something's wrong with her powers, because she shouldn't be hurt by something as simple as glass.
Yeah.
But, man, yeah, for a Season 1 episode, I actually really enjoy it, and I think it's an episode not enough people actually focus on. Most people say Season 1's pretty forgettable, and for the most part it is, but there's a lot of good episodes where I don't remember them, but when I see them, I'm like, oh yeah, this had a lot of good things in it.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.5. I don't want to go too high because of, like, Lucy drama and stuff like that.
I'll give it a nice I'll just go 8. I wouldn't go too high because it's got a lot of good points, but it's not exactly a huge groundbreaking episode or anything spectacular, but it's still a good episode. So an 8 is just good. 7.5 seems to be your go-to for anything that's just good enough.
Yeah.
But, okay, what's the next episode called?
Human for a Day.
Well, it's the 7th episode. It's about that point in the season. You got to do it. It's literally episode 7 of season 1 of Flash was basically just a similar premise.
Was that Blackout?
Yep.
Oh.
They seem to be following that. Well, I say pattern. There's only 2 heroes, and they've only whatever.
Yeah, Oliver ain't got anything to lose.
Oh well, but still,
his bow breaks.
He could just get a new one. It's broken a few times, but I think I remember enjoying some of the stuff in next episode. We'll see what happens. But yeah, they really want to hold off on I guess I can understand why they're holding off on the main plot. I mean, it's not filler per se, but it's more like just facing some other villains so we get familiar with Supergirl without having the plot thrown in our face, which I kind of get, but they have to stall the plot when you've got 20 episodes. That's one reason I like how some of the newer shows are not doing 20-episode seasons. Most are only doing like 13, which is better because you get less stalling for time.
Yeah, good point.
That's not to say that these episodes without the villain are bad, as we just saw. But anyway, enough about that. We will see you next time for more Supergirl and other things as well.
See you next time, guys.
See you next time.